I'm not gonna get too close to you.
Right.
We gonna be party buddies.
Right.
We gonna be watch sports buddies.
But Diddy was positioned, he's a powerful guy, so a lot of people position themselves to him as friends.
Yeah, but it's like
that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy's persona changing. Like the way people view him, like.
I mean, if we gonna talk about that, you gotta go down a rabbit hole of Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, once a beloved TV dad, and tonight a judge now determining that he is a sexually violent predator.
Where are all his industry buddies at? All the people that made money with him, made music with him.
I mean, are them his buddies or his business partners?
Oh man, you got some visitors, dog.
We're seeing that large presence.
It was a very important person at a streaming service, and I kept hearing everybody records was breaking because this person was putting them on a specific playlist.
Now want to loon me to death. Salute, Loon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my man, Loon.
That's my man too.
Both Loons. Old Loon, new Loon, both Loons.
Okay.
Yeah,
All ops must know it's up there and it's stuck there, nigga.
When it's up there, man, it's stuck there.
Shut up.
Yo, let's take a break from the show. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in North America. Yeah, I said it, I meant it. It's on the flow. Get it. It's on the flow at Prize Picks. Get it. It's on the flow at Prize Picks. Let me explain something to you. They turning $10 into $1,000 at Prize Picks. You use my code IUTP and you a new sign up. Man, guess what? We shoot something to you, put something on the name, not the game, and put something in your bank. You hear me? Man, listen, pick up what I'm putting down, man. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. All you got to do is test your skills. You ran with Steph Curry, put yours on Steph Curry. You ran with LeBron, put yours on LeBron. You ran with Saquon Barkley, put yours on. Yeah, that's how it go. Caitlin Clark, put yours on, right? And if you support me, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Do yourself a favor. Sign up right now, prizepicks.com. Use my code IUTP. Ain't nothing bigger than this airplane. It's up there. Let's get back to the show.
I was born ready on fish and spaghetti. Let's get it.
I don't know if no rappers can put you on that brand, though. Really, no old one. And we record now, so like these are.
Nah, it's something out there though, man. Like, Chance the Rapper went crazy with the brands.
Yeah.
Vince Staples, he go crazy with the brands.
I don't know though, Vince. I don't know if Vince go crazy. Like, I know he do the Netflix thing and he got some big brands.
Nah,
and
for
I ain't
sure.
necessarily talking about big. I'm talking about you everywhere and big.
Got to,
so that's
man.
just that's more than just it being a circumstance where it's just like, yo, I'm plugged with Netflix or I'm plugged with, and not that, you know, it's a comparison, but I think it's more so highlighting your ability to navigate the industry.
For sure, and everybody's path is different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody's path is different. For me personally, I started like really rocking with the brands during the pandemic, right? So you gotta think, I get signed in November 2019, right? I get signed to Atlantic. Shout out to Dallas Martin, my A&R, he in the next room.
Facts.
But I get signed November 2019. We in the studio for 4 months straight. We released the first single March 8th, 2020. Pandemic started 3 days later.
Ooh, and you in a fresh deal, ain't
Fresh
made no
deal.
money back.
Fresh deal. So that happens. I drop another song called Birds in the Bando. And things wasn't reacting because the world was just in this crazy space where nobody knew what was going on like that. So I just started getting on Instagram. And I just started rapping, bro. Like, I remember Fab had a cold summer challenge. I did that. And just Lil Baby had dropped We Paid. And that was one of my favorite songs at the time. So I rapped on that and Snoop reposted it.
Oh, man.
The next day, Wallow and Gil was out here filming. They called me and was like, pull up on us. We started rapping. They posted the next day. So I just started getting a lot of coverage for rapping.
Right.
So when I started noticing that, I'm like, man, maybe this is something I could do during this time right now where things are shut down. So
that's that innovation, though.
Yeah.
And that's that Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Because what if you were only a record kind of guy?
I would have been stuck in that space.
And also look at what that does to the label's business perspective. We just dumped some money into this guy.
Yeah.
Hit, it didn't react. Hit, it might not react.
Yeah.
We gonna pull back at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you started to put more irons in the fire.
Exactly.
Get this
exactly.
shit burned.
I kept going. So through me moving around and rapping, I'm like, man, I need to go to a bigger platform and rap than just Instagram. So I went to the LA Leakers. And that was a day that kind of changed everything for me.
Smoked it.
When I dropped that LA Leakers freestyle, LeBron posted it 30 minutes later. And I think I had like 100,000 followers. And
Have you ever asked LeBron how you got on his radar?
Draymond.
How you get on Draymond radar?
See,
this is what the young creators under us gotta.
Yeah.
They don't know that you not gonna get the LeBron like Symba.
I love that question because my guy right here, we was just talking at lunch the other day, and I was like, bro, I hate when I watch certain things and everybody got the cliche ass question that doesn't explain how things fully unfold.
You know, this is ESPN.
You know what I
for the
mean? So
culture.
I love that. So I'm gonna break the whole thing
out.
down. I get signed. Dallas, my A&R, that's from Atlantic Records, right? He's from Flint, Michigan. Draymond's from Michigan. He has a friend named Blennon, right? And they have a mutual friend. Blennon and Draymond always came to the studio. So when Dallas first started putting me in the lab every day, they just pulling up.
Man.
They just pulling up. So I'm in there
Organic
rapping.
steel.
And we just having conversations, just kicking it, having conversations. And that led to me going to games, you know what I mean? Seeing him at the games, being out, seeing him, meeting Rich Paul, you know what I mean? Different things like that. So I never had met Brian yet. But by the time that freestyle happened, Draymond had already sent like 4 of my songs to Brian, like Lil Homie Tough.
Right.
He like, I rock with bro. Like, this the homie. Check him out, check him out, check him out.
Yes.
So when the freestyle happened, Brian had kind of already knew about me and was kind of rocking with me a little bit. Reposted the freestyle, bro, and it was crazy.
But see, I can relate to that too because I'm in the game. But the young creators coming up,
Yeah.
they'll be in LeBron DM.
Yeah.
Check me out, family. Check me out.
Yeah, that ain't
It's
the way to
layers
go.
this.
That ain't the way to, I'll give you a quick story. I remember coming up, right? I'm not going to say the person's name because I don't know if they're married or not at the moment, and I don't want to ruin anything.
Right.
But there was a very important person at a streaming service, right? Before I got my deal, I'm talking like 2018, I'm trying to figure out a way to even get on the radar of getting a deal.
Right.
You know, and that's another thing, like artists, like y'all gotta understand, it ain't that people not fucking with y'all just not on people's radar.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like y'all could feel like, oh, he hating on me, or he cock blocking, or he ignoring me, or you feel me? Like he don't want to see me win. It's like, bro, he might be on a boat somewhere. You're not even crossing his timeline.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can't, there's really, when you get to a certain level, and this is important, man, y'all gotta tap into this. When you get to a certain level, not like one of us, it's even hard to get to us. But when you on a LeBron or Lil Baby or QCP or Wallow, in any of these kind of people level, it's just no way to get directly to them.
There's no way.
You're gonna have to be put on to them by someone in their circle.
So back to the story I was telling, right? I was saying all that to say, here's how I got on the radar before I even got a chance to get a meeting to get a deal.
Right.
It was a very important person at a streaming service, and I kept hearing everybody records was breaking because this person was putting them on a specific playlist, right? And I'm like, man, how can I get this person to hear my music? Because I had a song at the time that was real catchy, and I felt like it fit that playlist, right? So I'm like, how could I get this person to hear my music? So I went to his page, and I looked at who he followed, and I noticed he followed a lot of women, right? So I started DMing the women he followed and was like, yo, I'll give you $20 if you post my song on your story.
This is the game, bro.
I'll give you $40 if you post my song on your story. So he started seeing all the women on his timeline posting the song. 2 weeks later, the song got added to the playlist.
Exactly. And this is the innovation you gotta have when you coming from nothing.
Yeah.
These are the stories of the guys that had to crawl out the mud.
Yeah.
These ain't the guys that was lifted up.
Yeah.
These are the stories of the guys that had to crawl out
And
the mud.
shout out to those who have been lifted up.
Facts.
Because it's hard climbing out the mud, and sometimes just need a hand. You know what I mean?
A lot of times.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting help. You know what I mean?
hell
So
nah.
shout out to the people
But
that
it's more
got
often,
lifted
it's
up.
more often that you're not gonna get the help until the help is just mutually beneficial.
For sure.
And so even in that moment, you getting added on that playlist wasn't a mutually beneficial situation.
For sure.
Right? So
For
when
sure.
we talk about getting on people's radars, this has to be a situation where they really get nothing for fucking with you in that moment.
Yep.
But you gotta be organically introduced.
Yep.
Because if it comes off as, bro, I'll tell you what just happened to me. I hired someone, and I'll keep their name out of it.
Yeah.
I hired someone because I don't reach out. I don't know how to reach out for interviews. Like, all my interviews have came organically from baby anybody. It's just been like, bro, I fuck with what you do. I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
And so now I'm in the business. I'm operating with 2 or 3 deals, and this is a serious thing. So now I need to kind of forecast this a little bit different.
Yeah.
And be a little more diligent with it. I hire a guy, send him a list of people I want to get on the show, you know. I can get in touch with anybody in this game. Me, by myself.
For
like
sure.
one call.
For sure.
And so I give him a few names. He reached out to one of them, and he hit me back. I don't know how he reached out or what he reached out, but he hit me back and he said, "Yo, man, they said they ain't doing the show. They don't do podcasts." I said, "You sure they know it's me? Because listen, the person I sent him to, every time I see them,
It's
it is
love.
what it is.
Yeah.
They stay reposting me. They
Yeah.
stay on comment. So something is off. And I'm knowing this. I'm a street guy. I know this is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
This is a slam dunk I'm sending you for.
Yeah.
He come back and said, man, I told him the name of the podcast. I said, okay, cool. Give me 1 second. Yo, I need you to jump on the show, man. Oh, nigga, I've been waiting on you to say, nigga, I'm on tour. I do it now. I said, all right, cool, man. Let's just lock it in. I'm going to put you on the phone with I put him on the phone with the people that I'm having, scheduled. I hit him back. Hey, that's locked in. Same with people like Sexy Red, just certain people that I'm shooting.
Peer to peer.
Yeah, it's like
peer-to-peer connections.
So that's literally a waste of money to me.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro. And we was just talking about it. Like, it's hard to find that, but it's like at the rate you're moving, you need that. Because it's like you can't always be the person that got to reach out to get the interview. You got too much going on in life in general.
Yes.
So it's like your job should be to pull up and do what you do.
That's what I'm getting to.
Everything needs to be set in place for that to happen. Now, the problem with that is it takes time to find the right people who's down to help you build that out, right? That's why I salute LaRussell and his team so much, because it's like everybody's dedicated to a task. The cameraman ain't coming around trying to be the rapper. You know what I'm saying? The producer ain't trying to be an influencer. We solely locked in on this. This what we doing. It's very hard to find that in this industry because everybody got a dream.
Right.
Everybody got a dream,
exactly
bro.
What it is.
Everybody got a dream, and some people started off wanting to be a rapper. I didn't hire a cameraman, bro. That's then got around me, spent a week with me, and literally put the camera down and went back home and started rapping. Because they seen what was going on. And they like, okay, he's doing this, that, and the third.
Right.
The part that they forgot was you still ain't me.
Exactly.
You still ain't me.
You can get the sauce, you
You
ain't
can
got
get
the recipe.
sauce, you ain't got the recipe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes people waste so much time in life chasing things that's not for them. You know what I mean? Trying to live up to others' expectations.
Right.
And for me personally, I've learned that, like, that shit steal your joy.
It do.
It steals the hard work away from what you've put into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to compare yourself to somebody else. It's like,
I'm stuck in that though, man. Like, cause I don't know, man. Like, number one, I'm so grateful
Yeah.
to escape, right?
Yeah.
And so I take it so serious, and I think the business in some sort is competitive. Some of these numbers is driven by the competitive nature of this thing,
Yeah.
you know, and so sometimes I'm stuck in that, like, I still ain't celebrated nothing, bro. I done went through several. I done made a lot of money.
You got to, bro.
I ain't
because-
celebrated one time,
Nah,
bro.
bro, I used to do the same thing. And what ends up happening is, like, you drive yourself crazy because it's never enough, right? It's like, I want a #1 record. Or you get a #1 record, you like, I want a #1 album. I want a #1 album. You get the #1 album, now you like, I want to win a Grammy.
Right.
You feel
that's
me?
crazy.
It never stops.
Right.
It never
and so,
stops.
but how do you stop and enjoy what's going on?
You gotta, what I'm learning, right, on my journey, because I like to look at the industry as a skyscraper, right? I like to look at it as a skyscraper. Niggas like us, we done got past security and we on the elevator.
Facts.
It's a lot of niggas who ain't got the address yet. You know what I mean? They don't even know where the building is.
Right.
You know what I mean? We on the elevator on the way up. So I like to say on my journey to let people know I'm still climbing myself.
Right.
So what I've learned on my journey is you have to take time away from you. I mean, take time away for you sometimes.
Yes.
You can't just like every day 24/7 just do this. You'll be disconnected. You'll drive yourself crazy. You'll miss things that's going on with your children, things that's going on with your family, your friends.
Yeah.
And those things are who shape you into who you are and mold your character to be able to go take this thing on. So you can't forget those things. Like, I find myself at times when I'm stressing, I just put the pen down and call my auntie.
Yeah.
And we just talk about boxing for an hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I call my mama and we just talk about shit, or call one of the homies. But it's like you need that time to yourself sometimes just to reflect and appreciate the work you've put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, man, I be honest, I'm completely disconnected from everybody, everything, the hood, the niggas. Because like now, I'm out here. I'm on this journey. I'm on a voyage.
Yeah.
I ain't looking back. I ain't looking
And how
for
lonely
nothing.
does that get?
It's lonely. It's extremely lonely, but it's profitable. It's very profitable. And so for me, I'm sacrificing that, right? Because the overarching goal, right? I got a thing where I look at my little boys and I say, dog, I don't know what happened, but something clicked in my brain and said, oh, this is it for them, me. If I don't save them, they may not be saved, and I can't count on them to have the thinking I got.
Facts.
So it may not be another person in my lineage with this thinking
Yep.
ever. So here's the opportunity now for me to shake all this up and make sure we good moving forward.
Yeah.
And so I just done sacrificed personal relationships. I done sacrificed everything.
I done been there, bro. I done lost. I could show you a picture from a year and a half ago with me and 22 of my homies going to a show. I probably talked to 3 of them today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I done sacrificed so many relationships, so much family, just to get to this point, and then seeing what it's gonna take to get to the next level. You start seeing like, damn, like, bruh, not ready.
Right.
You
And
know what I
then
mean? Like, I gotta go here immediately. Like, I gotta move in this window. You feel me? And I wanna take you, but you just not ready.
Right.
You're not ready. And there's nothing I can do to prepare you to get ready in this moment because I've been doing it.
Right.
I done had you with me. We done moved around the world. I'm teaching you what to do. You seeing other people doing it, and you still not ready. And that can go vice versa in a relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people, relationships get ruined in this industry because it's like the wife or the husband might not be ready to what comes with that next level.
Yes. There's
You know
a
what I
lot
mean?
that come with
It's
this.
a lot that
Even
come with
me
it.
coming in, like I had a situation, it fell apart. Right? I'm not available in the same way.
Yeah.
I'm not as patient probably. I'm dealing with more.
Yeah.
it's money involved. I got people trying to steal my trademarks. I got people sliding things in contracts. I'm in here with corporations, me, battling about my worth and the value of this thing and the direction of the brand. You know what I'm saying? To get off the phone or to get off these meetings and deal with some of these low-level things becomes disrespectful to my partner. Because what's low-level to me is of the highest regard to her.
Same here, bro. I went through a situation. I was out of town and I was supposed to go eat with this chick. We was going to have dinner, just kick it, you know, have a good night or whatever. And somebody I did a song with that's a big artist that I won't say right now. Y'all hear it on the new album. But someone was in town and they had a window to finish this song that we was working on for a few weeks. So I was like, damn, I gotta go to the studio, right? So I call her, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna be able to, you know, make it. Could we reschedule? You see how much time I put into this? I'm like, you know how much time I put into this?
Hell is you talking about?
You talking about some makeup that took you 30, 45 minutes?
You would even bring
you
that
feel me?
Next to this shit.
Girl, I've been doing this shit for years trying to get to this point. You think I'm gonna risk it for this hour date? I'm supposed to risk my whole life because you got pretty tonight?
Man, you done went crazy.
Come on, man.
You done went bonkers.
But to her, right, from her perspective,
that's what I'm saying.
It's rude. Right? I probably was rude. I probably was wrong.
Nah, she just inconsiderate because we gotta both consider my life. Consider my lifestyle too now. Consider everything with me, not just my time.
Not just my time.
A lot of people are just consider your availability to them.
And they take advantage of it.
Man, consider my availability for my kids. That sometimes might get in the way of my availability for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't even want to share people, man. It's like, damn, bro, I've been chasing this dream all my life. Don't you bring your makeup next to this.
Don't you bring it over here.
Don't bring that next to this.
Don't bring it.
The idea that you did that, now I feel played.
Not even I feel played. I just know you not ready.
I feel played because, damn, you don't know what it took to get here. That's what they tell me.
I understand what you saying from that perspective, but you got to understand, at some point, we all realize, like, you know, they for the streets.
Facts. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what you doing.
Right. Yeah. And you ain't tricking me and
you
I
ain't tricking me. You know what I'm saying? So why we ain't finna sit up here and try to trick each other? It don't we already know what it is.
And let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it that way. So when something real happen, we already know what is you tripping like that for?
Shouldn't even been that.
We already know what it is.
The game.
We already know what it is.
Yeah, man. Let the game be the game.
Let the game be the game.
Stop that, man. I ain't even. And see, we already. I ain't even introduced the part. Welcome to It's Up There podcast.
Oh yeah, we just got to talk.
I am your active and attractive host for another episode of the fastest growing podcast in the market right now. I want to say welcome, thank you to each and every person that has ever shared, watched, liked, commented, involved, been engaged with my content or with this brother Symba's content. Today we got somebody that I'm a fan of that I call the boy the brand man.
The brand man.
Because when you look at him and his business, what he's been able to do, I just think we need to dive into it, and today we gonna do that. We got Symba, man. What's going on with you?
Come on, it's up there, man. Pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah,
come on, brother.
The game is the game, man. And I love it, man. And you know, we gonna have one of them conversations. We already
went there. We already went there.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, I think content, man, is so important, right? I think there's a stickiness that's involved with content. There's a gel, right, that brings your fans closer to your movement, not just your music.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you have to be more than a rapper. You have to be more than that to your fans.
Yes, sir.
When did you notice that content and just being more available on socials was important to your overall thing? I know you spoke about COVID.
Nah, honestly, bro, like I'm not even trying to sound like one of them narcissistic people, you know what I mean, that's ahead of himself or be feeling himself. But, bro, I seen this in 2010. I seen this in 2010, like, just when cameras started getting better on phones. You know what I mean? I think we used to take a picture on the phone, like, and it was blurry. But once we started getting them iPhone 2s and 3s and 4s, it was kind of like, oh, damn. You know what I mean? Then we got FaceTime. And so it started getting to the point to where I'm just seeing, like, oh, it's going to get to a point to where it's like everybody's going to be their own network.
And
everybody's going to be their own CNN. Yes. Everybody's going to be able to talk to the people that relate to them.
Right.
So I always seen it from while ago. I would say I started taking it like real serious probably around the pandemic. Around the pandemic was when I was like, but I was already posting things and like doing things and being active, you know what I mean, and doing podcasts. Me and Louis Belt had a podcast in 2017.
It's hard.
You know what I mean? And we was just talking about shit we didn't even have no idea on. We just knew this where life was going and we was willing to fail.
Right.
So I was always trying things, but 2020 was when I started figuring out my audience and start cultivating content specifically for my audience.
Did you panic when those two, what was your thoughts, feelings, emotions when you had just signed that record deal?
Yeah.
Them two songs was not working. What was the meetings like? What was the atmosphere with the business?
Well, the good thing is I'm signed to a label that's heavy into investing into the development process of artists. So Atlantic is never the label that is going to put 2-3 songs out and expect it to be a hit, and if not, we done with you. You know what I mean? So they
you
knew.
Sure though? I don't know if you can say that for everybody. Atlantic ain't as patient. Again, I believe
well,
you're viewed as a Swiss
with
Army knife because you're viewed as a Swiss Army knife.
But I've seen them be patient with other people.
Not with everybody though.
I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for the
things
I've seen.
So 100% of the people that you've seen, they've been patient with.
Yes.
Okay. Then
from
knowing
what
his
I've
participation.
Seen, from what I've seen. And
I
this
gotta
ain't me
bag
pandering.
up. Knowing his
this ain't me
participation.
pandering or nothing. I've seen them be patient with people that's literally went to the top of the game, came back down, and went to the top again. I've seen them be patient with somebody as far as a Burner Boy for 6 years before Afro Beats was even clicking like that.
I didn't even know he was over there for 6 years.
They was there all the way up until last.
But I think, and this is a good conversation, I think Burna Boy represents a unique market, though. So from a label standpoint.
But it's also something new that takes time to build out.
Yeah, but just like you saw in 2010 that the phones was going to affect the way that content is going, they're forecasting as well.
Yeah.
And so they understand that worldwide market is developing even without their involvement.
No, for sure.
Right?
For
so Burna Boy checks a box for them. No matter if he's profitable in this moment or not. When we deal with rappers, they got a list of rap niggas.
Yeah, but it's also Burna Boy's a risk at the time that they signed it.
Depending on the investment.
What do you mean?
I mean, how much of a risk if they haven't got no real money tied into it?
But they put money into it to get it to where it needed to go.
Yeah, not real money.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm talking about
saying,
the Lucian Grange package that Kanye be talking about.
I don't know about the Lucian Grange
package.
But
one of them record label. You know what the package is though in the label package.
I know. Here's what I say, because people be having that whole package and button thing misscrewed, right? The whole package conversation is a lot of that shit really be coming up to your internal team. And what you and your internal team is coming up with. Meaning like, okay, let's take someone like a Travis Scott. He has a Cactus Jack, which is a team.
Right.
Right? So I'm pretty sure like when you see his colorways for his Jordans, him and his team is sitting down coming up with these things. And then they're going to Nike or going to whoever and saying, this is what we want to do.
Right.
And then Nike calls their people and they help pour gasoline on the fire that they created. You know what I'm saying? So when people say the packaging, it's not like a label just comes in and gives you your identity.
Well, let's back up, because when we deal with that perspective, I think that's more on the brand side. So I think we are a little bit more influential and powerful when it comes to brand recognition and what our brand is going to look like, right? But we're talking about the back end. So what I'm speaking about when they talk about pressing a button or the package, labels have now bought up all of the digital real estate, right? So when you deal with Apple Music on these front pages, some of these playlists, some of these, this is digital real estate that's been purchased by the labels, which means that you can only get on here by way of the labels.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, not necessarily, but from a market.
You have a point, because labels are connected to these services.
And they
so
pay.
They do have slots. It's the same thing as radio, right? But your music still got to be good.
Facts. Well,
because they can put you in that slot and people gonna click that song. And if people don't rock with it, that shit gonna start going like this until it makes it out of the playlist in a week. So the label could do everything with called Apple Music. You and your team still got to get in that motherfucker and make something magic for it to stick up there.
So you don't think that there's a Drake song or some of these bigger artists' songs, like a Gunna song or somebody that's a bigger artist that may be in a time where it's unfavorable for them, but they're still keeping it number 1, 2, 3 because they are associated with a big label?
I'm saying, regardless, the song is still good. Whether that's going on or not, regardless, Gunna, Drake, whoever it is,
gotta be good.
The music was still good enough for whatever they had to do to keep it there. It's been records I didn't watch $4 or $5 million go into, and it ain't work. People did not like it. So you can't pay people to like something.
Right, that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's
At the end of the day, they gotta like it.
But once you garner enough people, right? So once your brand becomes as big as a Drake, and
when you become as big as a Drake, now we talking Coca-Cola. So now you have a product that you know why it works. So you just consistently create that product and give it to your audience.
And you try
at
to
that
tap
point.
into it, even if it's not.
Now
working
you might expand and make a vanilla Coke, or a cherry Coke. You know what I mean? Which may be when we see the boy Drake do a record with Bad Bunny and he's speaking in Spanish.
Right.
You know what I mean? He might expand to get this market a little bit, but the core of what he do. Right. You know what I mean? He know what the core of what he do is.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
So it's like, regardless if they're gonna put money or not, people still gotta like it.
So do you think that a playlist will give a signed artist? So you don't believe there's favoritism? Do you believe there's favoritism from a record label standpoint?
1000%.
Okay, so so that speaks to there's different packages.
Okay, but let's go into why there's favoritism. Because some artist teams are hard to work with. I've went through that at times where I've had a team that was hard to work with, quote unquote. Right.
Now, what does that look like? What is
meaning
the
we just
feedback?
not going? Meaning hard to work with means like in the industry sometimes we're not just going to take what y'all give us.
Right. And that's fucked up. Did that mean that?
You know, it's kind of like that. But then you got people who are like that but don't necessarily know what the fuck they even want. So they'll just be an asshole to be an asshole, but can't even
now
give you creating problems with no solution.
Now you talking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it get tricky.
Now you
so
talking.
on the label side, they might be like, all right, you don't like what we said, what you got?
Right. And
Nothing.
they don't got nothing.
So they
you
looking
got
at the
people
label like, well, y'all
stand-
come up with a better idea. It's like, if you don't like their idea, won't you hire the people and get your staff together and y'all put the idea together and then y'all come to the label and say, hey, this is what we want to do because we didn't like that last idea y'all came with.
Counter. And that's standing on business.
So it's some people that's teams that's hard to work with. Some people don't appreciate what they're in. Meaning, if I'm getting paid $100,000 for a show, I better not be late.
Fuck you mean? Bet not.
I better not show up with 50 niggas smelling like marijuana and everybody drunk and want to fight and sneaking guns in. And these people just paid you $100,000 to get up here for 30 minutes and rap some songs. I bet not come up in here late. So you got people who go through that. You got people who take big advances from labels, big advances from these festivals, big advances from these brands and go to jail in 2 weeks. So you can't even fulfill your contract and you know they ain't giving that back. You got people who done got 4-5 million for buyouts for their touring. Got killed.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's sometimes things, it's hard to work with certain things. So people will say, hey, it's easier to work with this person. So I'm going to put more of my energy into this person because I'm not going through what I'm going through with this person over here that may be more talented.
That makes sense. I mean, but damn. Yeah, that makes sense. Nobody wants conflict, especially constant conflict.
Come on, especially people that went to school to do a job.
Right.
We not talking about niggas that come from environments like us.
Right. We get squabble.
We talking about people that solely went to school to be an A&R.
Right.
Or be a marketing person or whatever that may be.
And you squabbling in there about the beat and can't tell them what producer you want to shop with.
Come on. You can't even give them a video concept. And you mad at all the treatments they sending you. You know what I'm saying?
Good
So
God.
it get tricky, man. But then there's a reverse side to that. Sometimes you'll have the artist that's very active and his team is very active and they doing a lot and they shooting their own videos and making their own music and they bringing it to the label, and because the label wasn't involved with everything, they may say, oh, we feel you need that one more hit, or we feel this can be better, or this one can be shot better, or we can do this better, or whatever, and then they work their way into the process, and sometimes they help it become better.
But they want to
and
be
sometimes they fuck
financially
it up.
involved. That's
the
what it
overall
really be
thing.
about. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The main thing is like to make sure that we get some points off of it. And to get points off of it, you have to be involved in some way. Or you
I would say more than points, I would say the main thing is at least give us a chance to try to do our job. Right? Because if I have a publicist at a label and then I go hire a publicist on my own, right? Or if I have a marketing team at the label and I go hire my own marketing team, essentially my publicist and my marketing team is taking their job away. So when these things are happening, they can't take the credit for it. You know what I mean? So in some form or fashion, they're saying, okay, if you guys got that, I might know somebody over here on this end. Let me help provide whatever this may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. But
how you look
there's
at it.
another thing though, because people like us know how to kind of work a room and work the building.
Yeah.
That's a skill set to work
Definitely.
the building, to even know how to get next to the people that handle marketing.
Definitely. I
You know
just
what I'm
told you
saying?
some people don't even know the address. They don't even know the
But
address
what about
to the
people that
business we in.
sign? Some people that sign don't know how to do it.
Because they came in with their homeboy that should have left their ass in the car. So now you in here lost with a whole bunch of opportunity in front of you and don't know what to do with it. Should have stayed your ass in the car. So now your homie then went up and now you mad at him.
You deal
he
with that?
left me.
Do you deal with that?
Nigga, what? My whole 2023 was that.
Niggas
I
act
lost
like you
3 of
left.
the closest people to me. Not by death.
But-
By envy
Damn.
and miscommunication. And motherfuckers not being men. Literally, bro.
I'm going through it
and there's
too.
nothing you could do for them because you could buy a motherfucker a house, they gonna say he ain't get the furniture.
Right.
You could buy him a car, they gonna say he ain't fill the tank up. Because you know why? It ain't the car or the house they want. They want your life.
They want your whole position.
They want your position. And it's nothing you could do about that. It's nothing they can do about that. So the only thing to do is, hey man, peace.
But you know, how do you keep yourself from engaging with that? Because where we come from, it hurts so bad, it ignites a reaction.
You learn as you go. So it's like I meet new people every day that I see traits of my old friends in, which teaches me how to treat them. So now I know, okay, you remind me of such and such. I'm not going to get too close to you.
Right.
We going to be party buddies.
Right.
We going to be watch sports buddies. Because if we start doing business, now I gotta hold you accountable as my business partner, which is gonna fuck up us watching sports together. So let's just keep it at that.
Right.
We don't even need to get no money together. Let's just be homies. Cause the minute we start getting some money together and my car start looking a little better than yours, cause I done ran another play that you ain't think about with mines, we gonna start having some issues. So you know what? Let's just watch the game together, bro.
But you know, I think what you're describing is important because you're still able to separate these things.
Yeah.
You know, that's a skill set as well, because on this journey you can get so locked in that you blur all this shit.
No, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? All this shit is together. I do business with my friends.
Yeah.
These the niggas I watch sports with.
Yeah.
These the niggas, you know what I'm saying? This becomes...
But you gotta learn that. You don't know that until you know that. I didn't just know this. Right. 2023 taught me what I'm telling you right now.
But clearly I know it. But it's just that I think the young people watching need to understand.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? They have to understand how we even get here, right? Because even with me, I'm dealing with a thing where I don't want people to think I'm using them. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing. It's okay to use people.
I know, and that's what people telling me.
It's just not okay to misuse people.
And I've been misused.
Yeah.
And so
we all have.
And so for that, it's making me be like, as I'm on this journey,
you don't want to do to nobody what's been done to you.
Oh man.
I know exactly
I
how
don't
you
want to leave
feel.
nobody feeling like Lil Baby and these niggas that done really poured into me and helped me, QCP and these niggas. It be on my conscience, like Charlamagne, all these guys, where it be on my conscience to be like, hey, yo, man, I appreciate y'all niggas for real, because this shit saved my life.
Yeah.
I come out the darkness, my nigga. So I'm saying it's something that's weighing on me. I don't know. I gotta shake it though. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it comes with growth, bro. You growing out of who you used to be. Motherfuckers in our environments always tell us stay the same. Don't never change, stay the same. That's because they want you sitting right there with them they whole goddamn life. Some people is comfortable with knowing they can possibly go to the next level. They don't even want to attempt it. They comfortable with just knowing I could rap.
Right.
But they don't want to go
and telling themselves I'm better than Symba.
Yeah, I'm better than them, but they don't want to work and prove it.
Come show me.
Yeah, some people is just cool with knowing they better. You know what I mean? So we can't fault them. We just got to get away from them. You know what I mean? And understand and find people that's on the journey with you, that's like minds, that see things how you see it, that can contribute to what you got going on. And that shit is some of the hardest things to do, because people come disguised in skin, bro.
Yo, let's take a break from the show. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in North America. Yeah, I said it, I meant it. It's on the flow. Get it. It's on the flow at Prize Picks. Get it. It's on the flow at Prize Picks. Let me explain something to you. They turning $10 into $1,000 at Prize Picks. You use my code IUTP and you a new sign up. Man, guess what? We shoot something to you, put something on the name, not the game, and put something in your bank. You hear me? Man, listen, pick up what I'm putting down, man. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. All you got to do is test your skills. You ran with Steph Curry, put yours on Steph Curry. You ran with LeBron, put yours on LeBron. You ran with Saquon Barkley, put yours on. Yeah, that's how it go. Caitlin Clark, put yours on, right? And if you support me, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Do yourself a favor. Sign up right now, prizepicks.com. Use my code IUTP. Ain't nothing bigger than this airplane. It's up there. Let's get back to the show. Yeah.
You can't see through.
You don't know what's going on.
So you done hired the cameraman that's really only doing camera work because he needs some money right now, but he really a rapper. So now you bringing him to the studio to do camera work, and you done brought Busta Rhymes to the studio, and
he done put the camera down
and all them, and he want to play his music.
He over there Busta Rhymes' ear.
He in Busta ear trying to rap.
And you know what? Busta give him a level of respect because he with you.
Because he with you.
And now you look like you like, damn. And see, that's my thing. And I just was telling you about the story with Wallow up in Philly with my camera guy. And it's like, when they can peep something, it's like, bro, they only got you over here because of me.
Because of me.
You did.
You making me look crazy.
You making me look wild. And they know Home be by itself.
Yeah.
He one of the realest niggas ever. So I got to think you one of the realest niggas ever, and you ain't earned none of that. They done gave you that.
Yep.
That's another reason why I don't have a lot of people around me, because so much come with being next to me. I'm talking about in the ghetto, my nigga. So much come with being under me, my nigga. I'm talking about it go far being under me.
Yeah.
Niggas will take this name right here, my nigga, and be all in the ghetto doing shit, owing niggas money, and it be running amok. So it's so important to preserve this shit.
Yeah.
And that's another time I be like, man, it's rough, man. This shit gets so fucking rough on me, man.
It's hard, bro. And
that shit get rough on me, bro.
It's tough, and it's fucked up, because, and I always say this, people probably heard me say this before, but it's like when you dream with certain people in mind. Like, you see your friends there. Like, you see the house you want for your mom and all these things. And then when you start seeing, it's not going to go that way with certain people, it's the most hurtful thing, especially when it's about nothing but envy or jealousy.
So are people approaching you with unrealistic requests, or what's causing the rifts? Do they think you have what you don't have?
Not only that was a problem in the beginning. I used to deal with that a lot, of like people thinking I got way more money than I actually had. I used to deal with that a lot.
Yes.
What it is, well, now I'm kind of cool, because I didn't eliminated a lot of that shit out of my life. And I don't even like entertain it no more.
Right.
Like, even the people that we still cool through, I don't even talk to them about them people no more. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah. So I think what it is expectations. I think people have these hidden expectations in their mind of what they thought you were going to do for them, or what they wanted you to do for them. And when you didn't do what they wanted you to do, and you put them in a position to work for what they wanted, it get tough.
Right.
So it's like, I had a homie who got offered a job at a big label and turned it down, and told the label, I got to be with Sim.
What?
A homie from the streets. A nigga come from nothing.
Yeah.
Person liked him at the label. Ooh, man, we gonna give you a job. $6,000 a month.
And he turned it down.
You ain't even gotta come in 2-3 times a week. Come, boom, boom, find us new talent, bring it in, boom, boom. I gotta be with Sim.
Why?
I wish he was here to ask him.
Right. Yeah.
And the cold part about it, don't even tell me. I found out from the person who ended up getting the job that it was offered to my homie. He didn't even tell me. That's how fucked up this shit get. So it started making you realize, you don't wanna work for nothing.
Yes.
You wanna be paid to be a homeboy. You want me to pay you to be a friend. You want me to pay you to drive my car. Okay, I see what's going on.
And that's a level of disrespect.
Go on tour 2 weeks later. Hey, bro, I got a job for you, bro. They gonna pay you $3,000 a week for the next 12 weeks. Be at the airport tomorrow, 8 a.m. Missed the flight.
Yeah, nah, it's over with.
I called him. Hey, bro, missed his flight. Book him another one. They booked him at 10:30. Missed the flight.
This can't be real.
Swear to God, on my child.
Yeah, nah.
This is on my child.
Nah, man. Nah.
And then it's niggas get back to the neighborhood and they find the first ear that'll listen. Oh, bro ain't do this. Bro ain't do that. No, nigga, what didn't you do?
Right.
Tell them niggas how you fucked up.
Right.
Tell them niggas what you wasn't doing.
Right.
Tell them niggas what you wasn't learning. Tell them how you was around all these millionaires and wasn't asking questions. You was on FanDuel. Tell them that. They ain't gonna tell them that.
Right.
Though.
The truth don't fit the narrative though.
Ain't gonna tell them that.
And see, I went through it the other day. I had received a phone call. And this is, little shrimp guys. These are little shrimps in the neighborhood. And, say, yo, man, I think I'm hearing such and such say such and such. You know, when I see him, it's such and such. I said, say what? Saying what about who? And my thing is, don't nobody say nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the man shit I'm talking about, right? If we men, homie, if I got
Say
a problem
something.
with anybody, I'm gonna say it to them.
Say something.
But they know it's bitch made problems. They know it's woman shit. They know, and that's how I'ma treat it.
Yep.
Because I don't sugarcoat nothing. So I'ma tell you when you come at me about something that you entitled, man, get out of my face with that entitled
Come on,
shit.
man.
And now you really mad. But I want you to hurry up and get mad so we can go and get to where you gonna get to.
Come on.
Cause this is inevitable coming
Come
from
on.
you kind of niggas.
Come on.
It's in you niggas.
It's in you.
Yeah.
It's
and we
in
just
you.
working on trying to move around it and shake it and all that.
We trying to keep it because it's like you got genuine love for certain people, and we want them to be there. You don't want to see your homies 5 years later in the same place y'all started at.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean? The whole reason we started this thing was for everybody to get some money, everybody to be successful, and us to have something to do outside of doing shit that's illegal. You know what I mean? This is what we was doing.
Yeah, man.
So if you fall under that role and you fall under that role, right, and you want to do this and you want to do that, why not put that same energy into doing that as you put into going to kill a nigga?
Right.
As you put into going to rob a nigga.
Right.
Or you put in going to take a trip. That same energy gonna bring you that same amount of money, if not more.
Right.
But because it's unfamiliar for you and you insecure about moving around in it, because it's new, you run away from it. Or you gonna lean on the homie to teach you everything when he's still learning. So it be feeling like sometimes, bro, as black men, we don't even get enough time to dream.
Sometimes though, being that nigga paralyzes you. Because when not only do you become everybody else's trampoline, it also can paralyze you in a way where you don't want to move out of that familiar spot because I'm that nigga right here.
Mm-hmm.
When I get over there and I start
I ain't that
rapping,
dude
I'm a
no more.
beginner.
Yep.
Now I got to fall up under the nigga I thought was little homie that didn't go to the penitentiary like I did.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And so it becomes an ego thing, and only because you made it to that nigga standpoint is you have that viewpoint.
Yep.
Because I come in the game like this, set my own shit up.
Man, niggas used to come to me, bro, we gotta go do this in the hood. We gotta do this for the hood. We gotta go do this. Now, I'm all about giving back. You know what I'm saying? Toy drives and Thanksgiving, and we gonna do that, helping one of my boys who passed away. I help his girl with, a lot of things.
Right.
I'm all about giving back. I'm not about giving back to flex on niggas.
Facts.
See, niggas want you to go do some shit to flex on niggas because they feel bad about all the wrong shit they done to people in the hood. So now they want to come back and stand on top. My bad, bruh. Ooh, but here goes something for my apology so you can look like the nigga. I ain't for that.
Right.
Because I ain't tell you to go shoot old buddy.
Right.
I ain't tell you to go rob Miss Jenkins. Y'all went and did that shit. I was in the studio.
Y'all burnt the hood
That's
down.
what y'all wanted to go do. So y'all go fix that. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Now, did any street niggas invest in you? Because
Yeah.
that's where, but them niggas is the ones.
But that's the main nigga I'm still cool with to this day.
Right.
To this day. And what's crazy is he ain't even from my hometown. He from a whole nother part of the world.
That's how it be.
And even when I got my first deal, I tried to give him what he gave me back. He said, bruh, get right first. I got faith in you. He said, this ain't gonna be the only time you get some money.
That's gangster.
Get right first and get me right later.
That's gangster.
Once I got the moving, thank you, bruh. To this day, we just went to Super Bowl together in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go watch his son play basketball in Atlanta first week of May. It's my dog.
Right.
To this day.
So he got them calls he can put in.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's like somebody told me somebody said this to me and it was a hell of a point. Says whatever I give is
he invested in the niggas I'm telling you about.
That ain't picking up the money and shit.
And they act like I own something. He put money in their pocket.
And they put
so
the
they
burden
could be around
on you.
me comfortably.
And now the burden switched
And
to
they
you.
burnt that. To the point, it got me and bruh mad at each other for a few weeks. And I'm like, nah, we got to talk about this. Because y'all the ones that's wrong.
Right.
Not him.
Right.
But I'm trying to, because y'all the homies and I introduced y'all to him and ain't even worth it. I should have never let y'all meet.
But see, that introduction is a bad motherfucker too.
Yep.
You got to guard that introduction.
Got to.
And people, that's also can ruin relationships because nigga run up on you, man. Hey, man, introduce me to such and such.
Yep.
I can't just do that, family.
Yep.
I don't even know what you
I
doing.
don't even know. I barely know old
Yeah,
buddy.
nigga. Hell is you talking about introduce you to
Come
somebody,
on, man.
nigga?
Come
I
on,
can't
bro.
do that. And then you mad at me because I won't do that.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? And so I want the young boys to know head down towards the hustle, man. Block all that other shit out. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Do you know, are you familiar with the TikTok ban that's going on?
Yeah, man.
What's your thoughts on it? What's your take on that?
Man, I'm kind of up and down with it. I feel like, you know, TikTok started off as Musical.ly. It was an app called Musical.ly. And from what I was told, and anybody in the comments, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, because this is some information I was told. I was told that when TikTok did their initial deal, their licensing deals to get music on the platform, they only spent $10 million. All right, so they was able to use all of that music for $10 million, from what I was told, right?
That's a low number.
It's a low number when you start pulling in billions.
Yeah.
So now the labels is like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We let y'all do that for 10, like, let's work something out where we all could, you know what I mean, benefit off this. TikTok is
So
like,
is the label telling you that?
no, this is my observation.
Okay.
And people I've talked to outside of the label,
Right,
people in
so-
the tech world and different things.
Right. So when you deal with, I just have a hard time believing the label won't have them amend that at some point.
Well,
And
they
I think
can't.
they have amended it several times.
I'm gonna tell you the problem. This is what I was about to get to. The problem is when the platform has used music so long, now you got everybody on the platform. So TikTok is like, we got the creators. Y'all can have the music. Because the creators will create new music on this platform.
Right. But here's the labels. So I want to be, what I believe that's happening, the labels are having a conversation about TikTok.
I don't
Right.
even think it's the labels. I think the government.
Right, but I'm saying just from a music standpoint, the government too, we're going to get to that. But from a music standpoint, inside those buildings, there's a conversation about the app TikTok because it became a discovery platform for music. Like you're saying, like a lot of people got their motion from TikTok, lit their singles up.
But music ain't the only thing that TikTok discovers.
Right, but
Like,
from a label standpoint,
For sure, if we only speaking about
so
the
right
labels,
now,
okay.
but we're gonna talk about it generally. But
Okay.
I'm trying to deal with the label perspective, and the reason being is because when the music was pulled off of TikTok, you saw the narratives from both sides approach the social media platforms, which was the label saying, yo, they don't want to up the ante and pay us what we feel it's worth. And TikTok is saying they just robbed the creators. We're sending them money for this shit every single month.
Yeah.
So the narratives took place. I'm wondering what rappers are feeling about that ecosystem of TikTok. Have you ever felt a spike in your business because of TikTok?
Me personally, no, because I never was big on TikTok.
Okay.
I never like fully got into TikTok. Like I tried to do it for like 90 days and it
wouldn't work.
It wasn't I don't know. I just didn't connect to the platform.
Right.
Instagram is where a lot of my audience lives, and a lot of my audience is older. Which there's a lot of older people on TikTok, but a lot of them are able to find me easier on Instagram. So I've always been on Instagram. So for me, I haven't felt anything from it. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure for content creators and independent artists who make a lot of money off their music on TikTok, I'm pretty sure.
And just it acts as as a highway. People discover 15 seconds of a song on TikTok. Next thing you know, it's climbing the Apple chart.
For sure.
You see, and so this is affecting the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that the labels are having conversation about it is because what Coi Leray said. She came out and tweeted that, and I don't want to quote it, but whatever the quote is, I'm going to have it on the screen. But it sounded like label jargon. It was something to the effect of, and for me, for her, she's gonna feel TikTok missing.
Yeah.
Because every single one of her songs that did what it did, it was by way of TikTok.
Yeah.
It went crazy every time.
But here's the thing with somebody like her, and you're 100% correct if we're talking about someone who solely was only focusing on that platform. Coi is in like movies now. You know what I mean?
It
doing
doesn't help
commercials.
music though.
Yes, it might not help her music, but she's so big of a star that it's like she can do other things and find other ways to help the music. So
But it has to connect. You can't. Hold on though.
Connect.
You can't, because earlier you said the music has to connect.
Yeah, I'm just saying she can find other ways to promote the music, meaning if she's in a movie, she might be doing the whole soundtrack of that movie. And they might attach the marketing with that. You know what I mean?
But that organic dance she would do on TikTok, she'll come up with a little
She might have to get
second.
on Snapchat now.
Right. But that audience is on TikTok. She built it on TikTok.
But when you're that big, sometimes you can move your audience with you.
And it's hard to move.
It's hard. It's hard as fuck. We're not saying it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
And nobody's saying it's going to be easy. But when you're somebody of that caliber, you can kind of move your audience to different platforms.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm just wondering, you know, the conversation from a business standpoint, because I'm 100% sure that has to be mentioned in a meeting somewhere.
No, for
especially
sure.
for artists like her in particular, because again, every single one of them songs did something on TikTok that it just wouldn't have been discovered on these other platforms in the same fashion.
For sure.
They dance, they create on TikTok in a totally different way.
For sure.
You know, rap still has a traditional feel on Instagram, as well as TikTok, but there's a new thing with TikTok creation. Something's happening. You know what I'm saying? Not even high production. We talking phone up, pull it back, and do your little 1-2 like this here. You know what I'm saying? And it's
TikTok
going.
is it felt like Instagram became the I think I'm cool crowd, and TikTok became the we don't give a fuck what y'all
I'm in the car
we doing
with
what
it.
we want to do.
Yeah.
Like they really the cool ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they really
creating.
doing what they want to do from where they Risa Tisa. You know what I'm saying? Like she just got a whole deal, bro, from sitting in the car talking about a nigga lying to her.
Do you believe that?
I don't know.
The nigga keep trying to come out.
Because I know men that's done that.
But how you remember it? I ain't gonna lie.
That's
Girls
the part
remember
it's
detail like that.
The
though.
details and just so much to it is just what's kind of like, damn, this shit exaggerated or what? But I believe the majority
She
of
hella
it.
detailed though.
I believe majority of it though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Gotta be
I
some
believe
truth
majority
to
of it too though.
Yeah.
I believe that dude is yeah.
But
She's
it's like
too
things
detailed.
like that are happening now to the point where I seen that 3 weeks ago. Yesterday I'm on Hulu. She's on Hulu now.
Yeah, nah, she big.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
daytime
they're trying to
television.
move her audience to another platform.
Guess why? TikTok.
Yeah.
She got 100 million views. She was waiting on that check to come. They hit demonetized.
For sure.
They kept the money.
They just did it to Soulja Boy.
See, people need to understand. People need to understand. Demonetized don't mean ain't no money being made. It mean that you ain't making no money.
You ain't making the money. They keeping all of it.
Yeah, it's still money flowing for this content.
For sure.
But you ain't made it because what I'm doing is I'm whooping you. I'm saying don't make this kind of content, even though I'm gonna keep this little money that we done made off of it. But don't do this kind of thing. You said they just did it for Soulja Boy. How much?
Soulja Boy was on a live. I think he ran up like 35,000 in like a few hours, like an hour or something, and they cut it.
Oh my goodness.
They cut it. Like literally, like if they can't regulate it, man, they gonna find something wrong with it.
Now from a government standpoint of TikTok, it's really a Chinese owned company and they have a situation with the federal government where they're trying to ban it. like you say, it's a discovery platform. I've learned things about things I didn't know on TikTok.
Me too. Yeah.
Like that, it just doesn't happen on these other platforms the same. And this is what people don't understand. Although they ran by China, they're literally whooping everybody's ass as it pertains to just algorithm and just the whole ambiance. They're whooping ass.
For sure.
Man.
They're more creative. The platform is more creative. For
100%.
sure. As far as the government side, I don't really know too much on what the government's issue is. I just know it's an issue.
The issue is that they're swaying opinions. So what they feel like is, again, the discovery part of it, they recognize how big of a discovery site this has become. And so what happens is, say that they want to shift the narrative for this upcoming election. They start letting being seen things that's making you go away from
Got you.
the government and really go towards hating the government. And it's creeping in your algorithm some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're really concerned with, the ability to sway opinion. And it come from the Chinese government, which now we're dealing with world politics and people want to run the world. And so if they're saying Chinese in 100 years are looking to run the world, we're giving them our kids with TikTok. And you telling me that at any moment they can hit buttons and kind of sway the way our kids are seeing the way we interact with the rules, the way we interact with our government, who's our president, the whole structure. So that's the issue. And they're living there. Now, a lot of companies in America are putting in bids to try to say, hey, we'll buy TikTok or we'll own part of it and store the data on American soil. So, of course, we're still collecting data in the same way, but Chinese don't have access to it. Here's the data they're collecting right now in the terms and service agreement of TikTok. They're doing facial recognition. There's nothing you can really do with facial recognition on TikTok. But
crazy.
These are things they're putting in their back pocket.
For sure.
And as a governmental standpoint, you say, damn, it don't mean nothing now, but in 40 years, what does that mean? And they got all our children.
It's all about the data.
Exactly. And
It's all
so they
about the data
fight.
is what
That's
it
what
sound
the
like.
governmental standpoint of it is. And so they're fighting with that. And the Chinese government is saying, we ain't bothering it. We ain't doing nothing to it. We're trying to help people make money.
Yeah.
We ain't going to do that. And so what you also have to understand is that every company in China is withholded to the Chinese government. Even though you operate under your own business, if they step in, you must do what they say do. And that's another problem. So not only is TikTok owned by Binance, which is a Chinese company they have to do what the Chinese government say. They have no dog in the fight. You can't say no. And so the U.S. just has some concern with that.
Makes sense.
That's a problem.
Makes sense.
What
Makes sense.
What you think about this Diddy situation, man? What's your thoughts on that?
Man, it's tricky for me, man. I personally know Puff.
Yeah.
And I've worked with Puff.
Me too. I done got a bag with Revolt before. So.
Yeah,
But the conversation is the conversation, man. Like, I got love for all the Tavio, AK.
Here's my thing, right? Let's say me and you kick it today. And
yeah, because you done been to some of them parties.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's say me and you kick it today. Let's say we kick it tomorrow, right? We out moving around. We back at the studio at the end of the week or whatever it may be. And then in a month, it comes out, nigga, you a mass murderer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, I don't really know that side of you.
Right.
So I don't know how to judge it or have an opinion on it, because every time I've been around, bruh, and kicked it, it's been cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, we working on music, we eating good food, like, niggas having a good time. Of course, there's women around, like any party. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the night, niggas is going back to their hotel rooms or going to do what they do. I ain't never personally, like, experienced the quote-unquote freak off everybody talking about.
Right.
I ain't never seen it. So
Right.
I don't know how to have an opinion on it.
Right. See, but they saying that's what people are not saying what you're saying. They're saying that people who have been in these parties, in these Diddy parties, are not saying that, yo, that ain't what's happening. I haven't saw that happen.
Yeah, I'm telling you the God honest truth on my child, bro. I done been to Puff House in L.A. recording.
Have you been in the rooms where he's told everybody to leave? He's
never told nobody that. I didn't.
We've heard the baby say that though.
Bro,
We've heard the baby say.
I done walked in Puff House in Miami with 2 of my homies from the hood, bro. I'm talking about Art Basel weekend. 2 of my homies from the hood a year ago. Puff hit me, bro. I'm over here working on this song. King, I really appreciate if you come over here and help us fuck with a few lyrics. I get there, it's me, King Los, Puff, the homies. Nigga, we in there rapping.
Right.
I'm asking Puff, like, bro, who you think the most talented motherfucker you ever worked with? He say, Mary J. Like, these the conversations we having.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm asking him, like, when you hear production, what you hear? He ain't never told me, like, come back here to this room, or you know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't never experienced that, so I don't know how to judge it.
Right.
I don't know what to say about it, because it's like every time I've been around, bro, it's been about work. It's been about getting to some money. It ain't never been about that.
And we you know, we try. I have grace for him, man. I think.
Now I'm not saying that shit didn't happen.
Right.
I'm saying I don't know.
Right, but
I
from
ain't never
a media,
seen it.
Right.
I ain't never
but
been.
You have been to some of them parties.
Yeah.
But are you aware that there are different levels of a Puff party?
I'm sure it is. What I'm saying is, whatever level is that they
see the
talking
social
about,
media shit. You see the.
I ain't never made it to that level, brother.
Right.
That's on my son. I ain't and I never heard of it. I've heard people say things, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, fuck with old girl.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? But old
That's
girl.
regular.
Oh, yeah, old girl famous. She got a career, whatever that may be. I ain't never heard
the weirdo shit.
Kids and, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard that.
Yeah.
Like, I done kicked it with Justin. With, you know what I'm saying? Like, we done kicked it in spots, bro. Like, real life chilling. I ain't never seen nothing like that. So I don't know how to judge it. Now, if it's true, that's some foul ass shit.
Facts.
You a foul person.
Right.
But me personally, I've never seen that side of that person anytime I've been around that person.
I'm interested in understanding or studying media's role in Diddy's persona changing. Like the way people view him. Like,
I mean, if we gonna talk about that, you gotta go down a rabbit hole of Bill Cosby and you know what I mean?
It get
like
deep. Tupac. It get deep now.
You know, that's a whole nother conversation.
But then even if we niche it down, right? Like, because mainstream media can't come up with the freak off and the freako. These are Twitter and nigga and culture shit.
I agree.
This is culture tearing at a nigga ass, man.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a such thing as a freak off, what I'm telling you is, my nigga, on my son, I ain't never been invited or heard that term in my circle of friends in the industry. I ain't never heard that term.
Because that's a Twitter term.
And I probably ain't big enough to hear that term yet. You know what I'm saying? That's probably
so
a term.
how is these blog niggas hearing the term?
But what I'm saying is, you hearing the term now because it's public.
Right.
You feel me?
But who made it public?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Don't nobody know. And
I think we know what made it public.
No. I ain't talking about the allegations.
What made it public was...
I'm talking about that term. Freak
term,
off.
What made that term public was, if I'm not mistaken, the Cassie thing. Because it was in the court files. And she
didn't call him. Did she call him freak offs?
In the paperwork, she said I had to participate in what he would call freak offs.
Damn.
That's what made it public.
Damn.
So until then, I ain't never heard of the shit, bro.
And she put so much weight on it.
Yeah.
She the one put the weight on it.
Yeah.
Without her, none of this is what it looks like. It doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
She got an extensive relationship, and she makes it look, man.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Dog.
I don't know. Like, I pray for everybody involved. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like, I pray for him, man.
Involved,
but it's like, shit, I can't speak on it, man, because I don't know. If I swear to God, my nigga, if I ever was around Puff do some weird shit, I would leave, and on my child, I would tell you right now, bro, I done seen that nigga do some foul shit.
Right.
I never seen it, bro. On my mama, I've never seen it.
Do you think that where all his industry buddies at? All the people that made money with him, made music with him.
I mean, are them his buddies or his business partners? Everybody ain't your friend in this shit, niggas. Just cause you get money with a nigga don't mean they your friend. I get money with a lot of niggas that ain't my friends in this business.
But Diddy was positioned, he's a powerful guy, so a lot of people position themselves to him as friends.
Yeah, but it's like it ain't their job to say something. Like what they supposed to say when you got all these wild nothing they say is gonna change what the fuck is going on. Jay-Z or Beyonce, whoever could come off tomorrow and say, I stand with Sean Combs, you know, like whoever. Right. Future could come out tomorrow, I stand. Well, it's so not gonna change what's been said and what's going on. Yeah. So it's like whether somebody say something or not, what does it change?
That's what 50 is basically saying, that Jay is like disassociated, just like, because I mean we all black, dog, and you'll see these dudes take pictures together. These are the billionaire class of guys.
But we may be talking about a Rock Nation brunch from 6 years ago. We don't know if Diddy and Jay took a picture when the last time we seen them together.
That's a fact.
We don't know that. We be going off shit we seen off social media that's 10 years old and 20 years old. We don't know if they done kicked it in the last 5 years. They probably fell out, or we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. So for me,
and then some people don't stand by this kind of shit. Some in the street, like certain shit.
For real.
Certain shit you can't stand by.
Bro, that shit, environments we come up from, if a nigga is fucking with children,
you can't stand by that.
Or doing some shit, nigga, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Go, we finna beat your ass, nigga.
You can't stand by that, no
we
matter
don't play
what.
that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm not gonna fuck with you on a personal level on the streets, why would I publicly voice I don't fuck with you if I don't fuck with you?
Right, and then like you said, for people on social media and things that's looking for Jay-Z and these guys, how do we even know they really have their relationship?
It could
we
be
haven't
business.
Saw these guys together
we don't know.
In forever.
Every time we see them together, it's award shows,
type shit,
dinner,
and they cordial.
Business.
They $1 billion niggas. We can interact
at the game every week. JB with Emery.
Still ain't saw them do a company together.
You know what I'm saying?
You still ain't saw them joint. You still ain't seen them do a joint company.
None of that.
Facts.
We ain't seen none of that. So it's like, we can't just expect somebody to say something because you done business with or done a song with somebody before.
That's
you know
a fact.
What I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact, especially with this kind of thing, right?
It's tough.
What about the people that worked for him, though? Do you think they owe him that?
I think it depends because everybody's experience is different. Like I'm saying, my experience is my experience. It may be somebody who worked for that nigga who experienced a traumatic thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They probably could have said he was a mean boss.
Right.
It could have been some people that said, nigga changed my life. I got love for him forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
do you think that that having love for a nigga can supersede? See, again,
I think it depends on the detriment of the situation. Because I could love a motherfucker to the end, but if you fucking with kids, dog, or if you forcing women to do shit,
yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? If you forcing women to do, I can't fuck with you.
On no level.
On no level.
And I want to be loud about that.
I can't fuck with you.
Yeah. Anybody.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Now if somebody asks me, I'll give my opinion. No, I don't fuck with dude. But I'm not just gonna pick up my phone and tell the whole world, I don't fuck with that nigga, cause for what?
Right.
Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care if you fuck with this nigga or not for these 24 hours. Tomorrow, nigga, Future and Drake that made a new song together and they back cool.
Right.
Don't nobody care no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or nigga Kanye done dropped the new boot, nigga, that's going viral. Like, don't nobody care no more. So it's like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. I know that and you know that. If the world asks me, I'll let them know.
Right.
Other than that, I don't need to pick up my phone and tell the world I don't fuck with this nigga.
Yeah. You know, let's talk about YouTube's involvement or black media's that niche of like the messy YouTube shit, right?
Yeah.
They live in a spot where I think that these titles of videos and these content creators can really fuel the investigation.
Thanks for watching this clip from It's Up There podcast. To see the rest of the interview, click one of the boxes on the screen. Also join Discord and Patreon to be in our community.